I've had a enough.
You've had knuff.
Yes.
What have you had a knuff of, Jarrett?
Um. Just certain studios just flopping after wasting so much money on a budget, and they just go, um, even though I haven't played it, like they're just like, like our product's great, and but I understand there's a lot of people that don't like it, but like screw you, like we like it as the developers.
Hey, how else would you spend $100 million and 10 years of your time?
Literally any other way.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, we were talking about the hit game Concord that just got announced today, is already shutting down within 2 weeks of launching. And I know we all kind of are ready to piss on its grave a little bit here. So,
Well, that's because they decided to go into the team-based competitive shooter with the likes of Overwatch, Marvel Rivals. That's in beta right now.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Valorant and CS:GO just because they're in the same vein. And you know the clear change between those 4 games I just listed. You know what? I'm even gonna throw Paladins in there by high res.
Yeah.
That game's even better. I'd rather play that game. But you know.
Yes, absolutely. But
to go back, the thing that's different than those 5 games separated from the one, they're free. Concord is $40.
yeah, $40 and likely going to be surviving off of the content like Battle Pass style live service updates. Which for a free game, again, I think I can speak for most people. I don't think anyone cares if a game's free if they have a battle pass and shit. No one really cares. Like, but if you're spending $40, admittedly, it's not a premium price, but like that's that's most of the way towards a real game. Like,
yeah, it's like guys, yeah, like you can play Destiny.
I'd rather kill myself.
Like it's like guys, look at our wonderful catalog. So there's this cool game called Concord, and we're gonna make you pay for it. But then there's other games like Destiny, which everybody knows how big of a dumpster fire that is right now. Or it's been there for a while. Ever since they're like, oh hey, damage is based off of frame rate or whatever. I'm like, all right, yeah, nope.
Which like that wouldn't inherently be a problem if they didn't have Crucible, but yeah.
Yeah, that like PvP stuff and just like that's great. Like thanks for limiting the gamer that's not really willing to spend that much for such high frame rates, but I think that kind of game in general right now just seems to be in an abysmal state. Like I don't know.
Well, are you saying looter shooters are, or are you talking about hero shooters?
I think both. Maybe looter shooters are doing slightly better, but I don't know.
See, I'd go the other way. I would say out of those two, I think hero shooters are doing better, considering like most people are pretty excited about Marvel Rivals. It's only the diehard Destiny meat writers that are currently like fiending for another looter shooter to come. I mean, the first Descendant came out and you guys raved about it. And when's the last time you played it?
I think Thursday or something.
For how long?
I was out there for a bit. I got some achievements done. I only need 2 or 3 left. Or no, it's 2. I need 2 more. But
then never mind.
That game.
I retract
that game is kind of solely for the cosmetic portion of the game. But
you like the thick bunny woman.
Spent $50 on it the first week.
No, I didn't spend that much money.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
It was like $30.
I'm pretty sure it's more because you.
If
bought
it was $50, I would have bought the bunny skin outright.
Yeah, but you bought like 6 operators or descendants. No. Yeah.
I did not. I bought like 1 or 2. It was not 6.
Well, someone's not truthing right here.
Well, apparently my accountant knows better than I do.
Him and Skippy both spent. Skippy spent less than him. I know Skippy spent like $20. I think he said he bought the $20 pass, and then because I think he bought a Descendant, and then he bought the Battle Pass.
And that game still never touched my hard drive.
It was fun. I mean, there's some fun spots of it. I just need to sit down and do it. There's just the problem is that there's other games out right now, and it's just like pulling me away from it.
Well, you think there's a lot now? I mean, look at our next week and a half, 2 weeks.
you also act like that you have nothing else to play when I know you have like 10 games on your backlog.
It's more than 10. I know it's more than 10.
It's a lot more than 10 for
Yeah.
real.
You got that Ronin game, Alan Wake. I don't know if you ever got around to doing Stray, but I know you talked about it.
No, that's done. That was done in
Okay.
like June or something. But I need to do Pacific Drive, finish up Flintlock. I got to play the Oregon Trail, Alan Wake 1 and 2. I need to finish out Helldivers, get all the shit on there.
I think there's a finishing Helldivers.
I need to.
What's the trophies?
Yes, I need to. Maybe I'll get around to finishing Far Cry 6. Maybe.
No.
Like maybe I'll put in more than like an hour. But
If you wanted to finish that game, you should have done what they started doing after 4, where like technically you can beat the game at the start.
Yeah.
Because I believe 4, 5, and 6 all have it. I know 4 and 6 do. 5's the only one I'm not sure if there's
I
a
don't know about.
quick. Or no, there is. No, it's in there. I'm pretty sure.
I think you just
5
choose
definitely
not to
does.
take him in or something, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just literally like right at the start. You just don't do that, and then it ends the game. Because 4 is just you wait for pagan men to come back, and then 6 is like if you wait in a boat long enough, you just go never mind and leave.
No, if you I think 6, and now that I remember, I think if you just go towards a certain direction, like towards Florida, and if you go far enough, then the game ends, and there's a cutscene of you arriving to like Florida.
See,
essentially,
you should have done that, you idiot.
I think I did.
Game?
I think I did do that. I'm not sure if there's. I can't remember if there's an achievement or not, but no, yeah. I
It's
think
the main source of your drive in a game. Is there an achievement to do it? If so, Jarrett will do it. I mean,
almost every. There's one game that I probably won't ever do. That's probably Red Dead. I don't think I could do it. That's a lot. Maybe when I'm like 70 and have nothing better to do.
and then
You
you're
act
playing
like-
a retro game like
Yeah. Grandpa, what are you playing? PS5.
Red Dead 2. Fuck off.
There's gonna have
But
so
yeah.
many other games that he's gonna want to play. He's not gonna care enough about Red Dead 2.
Like, I wouldn't mind doing Red Dead 2. I don't know how many achievements I'm actually missing. I'm hoping none of them are online. I would imagine either none of them
I think-
are or only a few.
I think there might be a couple.
But it's like the main story is not too bad as long as you like know what you're doing. Because like I know it's like for the optimal strategy, you're supposed to get to like chapter 4 or whatever, and that's when like all of the stranger and freaks things will be available to you, and you have to knock them out then, or otherwise they slowly start dwindling away. Because I thought full spoilers for Red Dead 2 if someone still hasn't played it, but Cole, but you know whatever.
My brother's playing through it now.
Idiot too. How do you not play Red Dead 2 until 2024?
Oh, so Andrew, I just did a quick look up on PowerPix, which is a guide I use for platinums.
Mhm.
There are 17 online trophies.
Okay, then I will not be 100% it, and I'm validating the rest of my claim.
Yeah, I don't know what they all are, but it was between that for me, and there was like some other things that are just like you would have to spend so long. Because right here, this is what it said: estimated trophy difficulty 6 out of 10. The appropriate amount of time to platinum is between 340 to 300 or 240 to 300 hours. 200 hours for single player, 40 hours or plus 40 hours for multiplayer with the XP exploit, or 100 hours of multiplayer without exploit.
Okay, so there's going to be one in online for hitting like level 50 or 100.
Yeah,
That's what they
something
might
like
have.
that.
Yeah, because Red Dead 1 had that. And yeah, like the only way to get it now is basically to glitch your game out to unpatch XP methods, which is kind of interesting. But
Yeah, I would feel maybe a little more inclined to do it if I would have played the heck out of the multiplayer. But like the way they're just like, we have GTA Online, it's great, but
it
for
is.
Red Dead Online, you're gonna get a can of beans and 62 cents as a bonus.
Don't forget the quarter.
Like it's so mind-boggling the disparaging like divide between the single player's experience and then the online for Red Dead 2, because Red Dead 2 story-wise, one of my highest highs of all time. Like I'm not going to be like, "Oh, it's like the best game ever made." I don't think that's true. I don't know what I would assign as like the best game ever made. It's definitely in the argument.
It's Pac-Man.
Yeah, it's Pac-Man. Yeah, that for Let me go. I'm going to interrupt myself and go on a tirade here. The people who are like my top 5 games of all time. I don't care what age you are. If you're like saying like, oh, number 2, Galaga. I love old like Namco, Bandai arcade cabinets. I love Galaga, Galaxia, and Pac-Man, Dig Dug. I love me some Dig Dug. But like, I love those things. I would not put them anywhere near my top anything games.
Gauntlet Legends.
They don't count. It's just it irks me. It's literally it's something like my dad would say. Like if I asked him what are your top 5 games of all time, he'd be like Asteroids, like stuff with Pong. Like
That one
that's all he's
Atari
played.
game.
Yeah, it's like outside of that because he doesn't know anything else. I don't think my dad has held a remote for a video game console outside of an Atari other than like the Wii, and even that would have been like Wii Sports. Like
I remember the one time Jared and I were with Coleman and his family. We were at Dave & Buster's, and they have that big old asteroid game, and none of us really touched it. We were more interested in getting the cool little DC Universe cards from the Injustice game.
Yeah.
Coleman got the reverse Flash team, and it was over because Speed wins in that game.
True.
Anyways, his stepdad plays the asteroid game and gets the top score like within like 5 minutes of sitting down. We're just like, what the hell did you do? And he's like, I just played the game. I've played this game a lot.
It's like, oh, you guys don't know how to do that? Weird.
Casually does one of the first ever cheat codes, and like, yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah, up, down, BBA, and then just starts kicking the machine.
He brings his own arcade hammer and just starts hitting the side of it, like, come on!
You son of a bitch! I haven't been to a Dave & Buster's in a long time. Maybe we should do an Authorized video. We go to a Dave & Buster's and I don't know, get belligerently drunk and throw rocks at kids in the parking lot.
Yeah, belligerently drunk and play Dance Dance Revolution.
That won't go well.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure they got rid of like their play and pay. No, I don't fucking know what it's
What
called.
are you?
They had like they had like a combo where you could eat and get a card for like $20.
Oh no, they still have that. I just saw an ad for it. I think.
Oh, do they? I thought they got rid of it because they were probably losing too much money.
I think it's only on like certain days of the week now. Like I don't think you can do it like Friday through Sunday, which makes sense. But if you come in like Monday through Thursday, you can get a little discount or a little discount.
So like the $25 days,
right? Because they're trying to drum up business on those days, and on the days they're going to be packed, they know they can have your money anyway, or it might be on all of them. For all I know, I mean, again, I swear I just saw an ad here. We have the internet. Let's see, pay and play. We'll see if that's even the.
Yeah, it's been a hot second since I've been to Dave & Buster's. I think one of the last times was probably on the class trip, way back in the day.
Yeah, nerd.
No, we went after that.
Oh,
because we were with. That's the time we were with Coleman and his family.
I thought that was like like junior year or something.
No, you're right. Yeah, I'm jumping ahead of myself.
That's what I thought. But Andrew, what did the small man in the screen tell you?
So it looks like it's something that they don't have active all times. It just it's like Unending Lobster Fest at Red Lobster. It just kind of like it arrives when they need it to, and then disappears when their bank account starts feeling it.
Hey, Red Lobster is like gone. The one that's in my town is gone.
Yeah, because they had to file for bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Because who'd have thought the Never-Ending Lobster special was a bad idea? It's like it's the CC's Pizza problem. You're telling me for $5 I can walk in there and eat all I want, and towards the end of its life, they were like, "We're so sorry. It is now $6 all you can eat pizza." And I was like, "Oh, I'm so slighted. I would spend $20 on all I can eat pizza." Like, what am I, stupid? Like,
hey, that'll be when Odd Horizons branches into new ventures, and we could create CC's Pizza 2 with the Roman numeral for fanciness of it. And when our business picks up even more, we could come out with Red Lobster 2 with an even greater numeral right there.
Odd Horizons does not condone this.
So is it like when you say it's like Red Lobster 2, is it like when you're at the airport and you see that shitty Chili's 2? Like, where it's
No,
like
like
a Chili's, but
It's-
not?
it's
hey,
like
hey,
that.
Jared had airport Chili's.
No, he didn't have
Yeah.
airport Chili's. He had airport Chili's 2, where they have like a tenth of the menu, and for some reason they have a different name.
No, I'm talking like around here. There's like there's usually at least one or two like mom and pop shops that have probably failed, and then they'll reopen like a couple years later, and they'll literally the only difference for I think legal purposes is it's the same fucking name, but you put two right behind it, and then that makes it all legally better. So you know a restaurant's doing good if there's a two right next to it.
I don't
But
know if
is it
it
doing
means
better
it's
if there's
doing
a 3?
good.
Like,
Harmon, I'm surprised you didn't get that sarcasm, but no, I it it's that's there's at least a couple. There's at least two I'm thinking of around where I'm at right now. But they got good food. It's just they definitely didn't have the greatest business sense from what I'm getting. Whenever you see a two,
or they're geniuses because then you can do like a grand reopening. You know, they can like get the people back in. They're like, we put up new wallpaper and we have added 2 new burgers to our menus. We've got rid
Uh,
of that filament on the table from all the cigarettes. Like,
guys, you remember that random raccoon that was in the attic? Well, in our restaurant too, we decided to take care of it, little feller. We gave it a little water bowl and shit, and he's not as angry as me.
so when you say they took care of it, in my head I was thinking they like killed it, not they took on a pet mascot.
Or okay, there's two options. It's either they took him on as a pet mascot, or when the customer's eating their food, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, look at it. You like that? Well, that's the raccoon attic. That's the attic raccoon. We cooked him up nice and fresh for you."
I'm done talking about restaurants now.
No, I do want to say though, like the people who like use like the name change stuff to like anything like that to like promote business, they might be geniuses because there was a so like backstory thought I'm lore dumping. When I was younger, like very young, I got dropped off at my grandparents during the day while both my parents were at work, and then my mom would pick me up and bring me back home. Um, on the way there would be a mattress store. This mattress store was going out of business, according to the sign in the window, for the better part of my life. I kid you not. Up until like a couple years ago, that mattress store was going strong, despite the same banner. They didn't even change it. It was like all sun faded by the time that it finally did close. And I'm like, what is this? Like, did someone make a deal with the devil to keep a stupid mattress store open? This is mind boggling. I want to see their books. I don't know how much money they made off suckers going, well, we got to buy a mattress now. They're going out of business. Look at that deal.
It's actually a front, and like anytime you go in there, it's the same mattress from like fucking 2003, just the same showroom floor and everything. Just like yeah, like yeah, don't go in the back over there. That big sign, yeah. But we got mattresses. We're going out of
Yeah.
sale. We're going out of business for real.
You only get the back like warehouse contents if you know like the secret phrase. You know, you're like, the eagle does indeed fly with both wings. And you're like,
The
here's your
phrase,
bag.
the phrase is, "I want to buy a mattress."
So they're constantly trying to sell drugs to people that are genuinely just trying to buy a mattress.
Jared, is that what happened to you when you recently bought your mattress?
No, they actually okay. So this mattress store was actually going out of business, and I go in there,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, all right, like yeah, I bought this or whatever. It was actually going out of business. I wish I would have
Says
known the
you.
magic phrase though to take me out. Or no, that building's vacant now. So they actually did follow through on their promise.
So they can open up mattress store too.
Apparently.
Yes. Oh,
How the fuck did we get onto this?
We
We were talking about platinuming games, game devs sucking. Mattress 2.
I think
we really
it
need
all-
another
I-
mattress 2.
I think it all started. I think Andrew was still in the middle of his rating of Red Dead, and then we got onto the fact of like greatest games, and then I said Pac-Man, and then we went from there.
Yeah, but like I need that plot line. I was here and I don't remember.
Oh, I guess Dave and Buster's. I brought up Dave and Buster's. You brought up Lobster Fest, and then I said
Yeah.
Red Lobster closed. Okay, we found out exactly where we went. How? How the fuck? Why the fuck does the human mind work like this?
And
I
if
don't- I
Skippy
think
was
it
here,
doesn't work.
if Skippy was here, we'd go off a subplot for Ponderosas.
Oh Jesus! He defends that place like in open court. Like
I honest to God don't think he actually has like been there past age 10.
because no one has. Because Ponderosa sucks.
I've never been to one.
It's
Neither
stupid.
have I
It's
know my dad has.
What crackpot are you smoking to be able to go? I got a great idea for a restaurant. They come in, they sit down at a table, they order an item off of the menu, they order a meal, and then they have access to an all-you-can-eat buffet. What are you talking about?
I think my dad and his buddies did it because it was cheap back then, and they could get a shit ton of food.
That's one thing. If you're like back in the day, yeah, I've seen like the old ads where like they actually were like economic purchases where it was like, oh yeah, because I think I saw one where it was like $5 a head or like $8 a head. I'm pretty sure the time I went there most recently, which was like probably 7 years ago now, I'm pretty sure that it was like legitimately $20 a head because it has to be when you're giving them all you can eat food and a fucking item off of the menu.
Yeah, if you order anything on our menu, we'll give you a free buffet for
Yeah,
free.
Oh, you want a sirloin and a baked potato? And it's like, yeah, that sounds all right. It's like, oh, do you also want to go over to the bar and fill it up with fried chicken and noodles? It's like, no.
And then top it off. We can top it all off with our state of the art chocolate fountain, and then a good old side of cholesterol poisoning and high blood pressure.
Now, I will say this is like one of my guilty pleasures in this life. I acknowledge it's not good, but like when you go to a buffet and that like it's not ice cream because it's not a dairy product coming out of the machine, but like that ice cream substitute, whatever they're doing, that it's basically like a Frosty, but a little bit more firm. And I'll tell you what, that stuff always hit different. And then I can't tell you now the last time I was at a buffet. It's definitely been since like it was definitely before COVID, obviously, but even before then, I don't know how far back it would have been. Other than maybe Ponderosa's. Like,
oh shoot!
Yikes!
The good old ice cream machine that has mystery fluid coming out of it. You don't know what it is, but
you like it.
But it is good.
It's like you eat it. You enjoy it.
It is from the poppy plant.
It's like because like at a buffet that like most of them, like if you're either at like Golden Corral, Hometown Buffet, whatever, they're all kind of the same. I feel like every buffet, even if it's like a different ethnicity's food, like Chinese buffets will be this way too. This is your selection of desserts. It's like that kind of ice cream, carrot cake, or a vat of pudding. And
hey, that chocolate pudding goes hard. Don't fucking diss it.
Sometimes they have it a little too close to like a heat lamp, and it starts to develop again.
Why is it always buffets? Like no matter who it is, there's gonna be at least maybe a month like at least a month update. Like we found like a whole colony of cockroaches in the butter drawer, and it's like all right.
Wasn't it one of your friends that they went to like an Asian, or did they go to like a Korean barbecue place and then they found like a bug in their food? Or am I imagining that? I feel like if Skippy was here, you would know.
No, it was Coleman.
Okay, yeah,
yeah, it was Coleman.
Yeah, I was like, I distinctly remember this popping up at some point. My brain filed it away. Right there.
All right, so for a video idea, we're gonna have Jarrett and Skippy go head to head and to see who can eat the most pizza from the Pizza Hut buffet.
They don't do that anymore.
I know.
Okay, so it's just they walk in and they both win.
Yeah.
Or they walk in and it's like the scene from Goodfellas and they get whacked.
Don't even get me started on Pizza Hut. They fucked up majorly when they're like, "We don't serve beer anymore." I'm like, "Bro, like what?" Like you're telling me you guys have had beer this long? Like my grandpa was the one that was the royally pissed. Like he gets there, sits down, orders pizza, waiting, And he's like, all right, well, yeah, I'd like a beer, please. And we don't have that anymore. And he's like, what? Like, that is like the biggest no-no for him. Like, yeah, if you don't have beer here anymore, like, you should have told me that before I walked in. Just like, I'm not gonna be
So
happy.
They
we
put
were
the letters on the signs just like no beer, go home. Like,
And they
so
just
it
yelled.
was
Just
Garrett,
imagine.
Coleman and
This-
I. We were at a place where I went to college at, and we were at this. It was a pizza place. The pizza's really fucking good. We were kind of dumbasses. We all got like our own pepperoni combination of pizza instead of just getting one for the table. So we weren't very smart to begin with.
I disagree. I think that's a smart call. Everyone gets a lot of food.
Jarrett got 2 beers. Those 2 beers were like the same price as pizza.
Yeah.
What the hell kind of beer were you drinking?
It was the
Angry
same.
Orchard.
Bruh.
It was
You gotta
like,
stop with the orchard, dog.
It was like $9.50 for a beer.
I gotta be a
Bro.
respectable alcohol drinker now. I just gotta drink straight up beer from now on. No
Yeah.
fancy orchard, Angry Orchard ale.
There's nothing remotely. Don't call it ale. Don't call it ale. It is
it
kind of
makes
tough
you-
cider. Like,
It's a refined ale
No,
yeah,
it's
like,
not. Don't
yeah.
made
dare
from the
dis-
finest Angry Orchard apples, for real.
Yep. Only the pissy ones. Like,
The ones that look angry before you eat them.
and the ones that look like coal after he bites into a lemon. Like, because like, I mean, you and the orchards go way back in terms of having problems, considering on my birthday in that same town where the three of us, the party present, went to a BW3s, and you had one tall Angry Orchard. God, I was like, the cider boys, no. Like, the other one, no. Yeah, you had your Angry Orchard tall, and then you were like, there must be a higher percentage, I feel. Whoopsie. And I'm like, you had one tall beer. We were here for an hour and a half. Like,
I don't know what it is. Like, no matter what restaurant it is, like, especially at this place called Mattresses Street at home. Oh my god! Like, I'll have like 2 or 3 like drafts, and like I am prime and ready to go. Like, it is like I am there. Like, but if I drink beer at home, I'm like, all right, well, I gotta drink about 15 of them, and then I start feeling it.
well, you
like
don't
I've
have
ordered
to. No point.
No,
on
that's
the
just
fact that
alcoholism.
You just feel that way.
Well, that's the problem. I don't feel anything if I don't drink like 15.
Jared.
That's called alcoholism.
That's when I have to consult my friend Jack Daniels.
When I drink beer, the beer drinks me back.
Also, and I believe that's when I also tried the Voodoo Ranger, and I'm like, that's a hard pass for me.
Oh my god, that shit was terrible.
Oh,
I bought a tall boy of that recently, and I drank. It wasn't the worst IPA I've had, but that was awful. I was like, no, you got a cool mascot, but your beer is not good.
Yeah, like IPAs are weird, right? Where like, because like there's a few, like I'm saying, like a very small few. I'm not like an IPA bro. I actively dislike them most of the time, but occasionally it's like, man, this one's really nice. It has like just a nice like little bite to it. The flavor has a little edge, but then the rest of them just taste like grapefruit and not in a good way. And I'm like, it tastes like I've had grapefruits just rammed down my throat in the middle of the night. This is lovely.
It's like, now that now we're talking about beer now. I just remember that one place that like homemade beer tasting place we went to, and oh my god, I don't remember if that was fucking IPA or I don't know what the fuck that was. That was the worst beer I've ever had in my life.
No, didn't you get a dark beer?
I think it was dark. I can't remember. It
was got like a stout.
That shit was that was the worst thing I've ever tasted. I've tasted the Guinness Christmas edition. Oh my god,
that was bad.
I
was like, I'll try yours, because I was like, I'll try yours real quick, and if I like that one, I'll drink it, because I know I like stouts and porters and that kind of thing. And I took a little bit of that, and that tasted like motor oil. Was so bad. I'm like, this is not fit for human consumption.
After that situation, I've had to carry a clothespin in my fucking back pocket. So whenever I have a terrible beer, I gotta put that thing on and fucking chug it, and I'm good to go. Like,
I I like that's your solution instead of just not ordering beers you don't like, or just getting a little taste and going, yeah, I'll have that one. Most of them will give you like a little Dixie cup worth to give a little sense of what you're getting.
No, I was raised up like I honestly I didn't know about the sampling thing, so like I'm like, I'll try it. And then I was raised in the household like, Jarrett, goddamn it, if you order it, you're gonna drink it or you're gonna eat it. So I'm
Well,
like,
I
all
get
right.
finishing it, but I'm just saying you can safeguard yourself by getting the little taster, which are either free or like a quarter, and then you can just go, no, I don't like that. And at worst, you're out 25 cents.
Or just get what you know you're gonna like.
No, you gotta take chances here and there. You gotta take chances.
Yeah, and then you have a clothespin on your fucking nose that looks stupid.
Like you're both right, because I agree with both of you. Because like I like to try new things when I see something that like, ooh, I bet that's good, that kind of deal. But also, if you're completely unsure, like when we're going to a very local brewery, just get the one probably, because like, I went for the middle of the road one. I was like, this is pretty good, and I left, and I never went back to that one. That's where I almost hit that car.
Yeah, you fucking parked way too close to it, and you're like, oh, let me just maneuver my way. Like, oh, no. Don't
you put me on blast like that. That is not what happened. That red convertible was not there when I parked. And I know it was red because that's the only reason I saw it. If it had been another color, that car scraped. Because I'm backing up, and all of a sudden I see that one. I'm like, oh. Ran forward, just drove out.
And that reminds me of our time going through McDonald's after a night of festivities, and we were all hungover. I was extremely hungover, and we order our food, and we're sitting there like we can find. Oh, pull forward. All right, fine, pull forward. And then some jackass in a truck behind us would fucking sit there waiting for us the whole time. And like, what the heck are you doing? Like, putting our hands up. And I rolled down the window. I'm like, move, you stupid. Just move.
You rolled your window down real calmly. You stuck your hand out like you're signaling for a turn without a turn signal. And started waving them on. Go around.
Dipshit, move.
Go around, move.
As more and more McDonald's employees are coming out like, hey, you need to move forward a little bit more. And I'm like, dog, if I move any more, I'm going to be out on the fucking street.
No, they should have been like, well, God damn it, you guys fry burgers back there. You're not cooking a cure for cancer. Hurry the fuck up.
Jesus.
I don't know what's worse, because that same McDonald's is the one that screwed Harmon and I after a different night of festivities, where Harmon what seemed fine for all of, I don't know, probably 20 minutes. And then as soon as I was like, do you want to go to McDonald's? And he was like, yeah. And you like in a fluid motion, walking from his bedroom, sidesteps into the bathroom and just starts throwing up. And I'm like, I'll just go. You just text me what you want. And he's like, hunked over to the wall like, okay.
Yeah, and I would have been fine, honestly, with just food. But they gave us 4 Filet-O-Fish.
Yeah, it was the only thing in the bag. The only thing in the bag was 4 Filet-O-Fish. And then they gave me my drink. Or I think they gave us both our drinks. Then we ended up getting like free drinks because technically I said we didn't get them. But, whatever. You fucked up my food. Like... So I rolled back. They're like, we are so sorry. And I'm like, oh, you should be, because no one wants that other than Catholics during Lent. But, no one else is like, craving seafood. I'll have the mixed sponge. Like,
Meat Canyon, if you're listening to this, I know you're not. Hopefully you're listening to this in the near future. But make a video about the Filet-O-Fish. I know you did it for the McRib. I know you can do it for the Filet-O-Fish. You do a great job.
You can recapture the magic. Oh, man. Oh, do we want to go ahead and wrap up the...
Yeah, I think
the hodgepodge.
Wrap it up.
Yes.
Well, episode 32 in the books, gentlemen.
I agree. We're done.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And remember, kids, don't buy the Filet-O-Fish.
Yeah,
this wasn't a good stuff. This was weird.
Let's stop.